Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. If you were with me on the last video, you'll see how we made these flowers from moulds, and also how we coloured them using re-inkers. So if you want to go back and have a little look at that, that was our previous one, talking about the new Simply Pressed clay from Stampin' Up! And the moulds and how that works. So today I'm going to show you another couple of tips for colouring these, and then we are going to make this cute little box. How sweet is that? And just show you how to do that and how to emboss the top. So different ways of actually colouring these. So to start off, we did this one by mixing the re-inker with the clay direct, but you don't have to do that. You can, and if I just go and get some strawberry slush ink and give that a little squeeze so we've got some ink in the top, you can use an aqua painter. So let's pick that up without too much water on it. We don't want too much, and we're just going to paint over the top. Now you can either do what I'm doing here and literally just pick up the edge of the petals on there, so you're getting a kind of a mottled effect, not picking up completely covering it, or you can go the whole hog and really get that brush in and colour the flower completely. You can do it with an aqua painter. And these aren't even dry at the moment. These are actually still wet. So you can actually paint them and colour them while they're wet, and then just leave them to dry. And by the time the clay has dried, your ink will have dried as well. So it looks very pretty. Of course, the other thing you can do is then colour the outside there with a pink. And if I get some crushed curry, which is another one of our new colours, pick up a bit of crushed curry and we can go into the middle and do that. So very easy to actually to colour those afterwards. Something else you can try, I've got some garden green ink here and a re-inker. Now this little leaf, again, if you want to know how to make those, go and look at my previous video. I've got some, I wanted to kind of make a little bit more definition on there, so I'm just using a dauber, and what that's doing is picking out some of the places, well, how well you can see that, where I've used the stamp on it and it's embossed it. So just another way to add the ink, and then you're just going to need to leave those to dry for a little while, and you can see. Cute. You can also add glitter if you want to. How I would suggest adding glitter is with a two-way glue pen. I'm going to just put a little bit in there, and then our favourite, some dazzling diamonds. What could be better? So I'm just going to pick up a little bit with my bone folder, and it's also still wet, so it has actually stuck onto the flower as well. Actually, how cute is that? So if it was dry, you definitely need your two-way glue pen. If it's damp, what we've just discovered there, don't you just love learning with Liz? Okay, just dab it in. I'm going to have to leave that to dry and see how well that holds on where we didn't put the glue. It'll be quite interesting to see. So, but pretty, as I said, you can make them sparkly. Okay, I'm going to put this aside and bring in how to do the box. Now, the box I'm making in another one of our new colours, returning if you're in the US, but new for us in the UK, and that is Soft Sky. Very pale, pretty blue. This is the base of the box. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this in. As you can see, I've just done little slots. I'll show you on the lid in a moment because it's done just the same way. So I've just done little slots, and I'm folding the tabs in And we're making the base of the box. So now to make the top of the box, I'm going to bring that in. So I have scored on a couple of sides so far. I'll just do the other scores and say this is 1 1/4 inches. And then we're going to cut little V's. So little tiny slithers out. Just makes it a bit neater rather than just cutting along the score line if you cut the score line out in effect. Now, in order to get this into the embossing folder, which is what I want to do, I'm going to need to fold it. So I'll just show you what we're going to do. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reinforce all of those score lines so that when it comes out of the embossing folder, and I've just put something on there, when it comes out of the embossing folder, I can still see my straight scores. Okay, so what we're going to do is to fold those pieces in. And this is the embossing folder we're going to use, which is the new one. I'll put the name of it on the screen because it completely escapes me at the moment, but it's super pretty. So I'm just going to line that up so that on that square, which is going to be the top, it looks even. And all I've done there is just fold in the sides. So I'm now embossing and going through 2 layers. So what you need to do when you're doing that, and I'll just bring in the big shot, is we want to do it with just the platform and no tabs at all, because we are embossing 2 layers at once. So I'm just going to run that through the big shot. Sorry to bounce you up and down a little bit. Okay, let's move the big shot aside again. And look at that embossing, isn't that beautiful? Did I say the size of the lid? Do you know, I don't think I did. The lid is 5 7/8 squared, which is about 15 centimetres. The base is about 14.5 centimetres if you're doing this in centimetres. So I'm building that exactly the same, just some glue, some Tombow on those little tabs, and pop those up. And then that goes on the top. How cute is that? And so now for the flowers. So here's some I did earlier. So this is one of the ones that I've painted, and I did try and leave some white on there. And then we have a couple of leaves, and then a plain white one and some plain pink ones. So I'm going to put this on with Tombow, which, as I say, works just fine. Use glue dots if you prefer. And I'm just going to make up a little bouquet of flowers. Right, there we go, I can still get that in. And a little one down in the corner. Now you could finish this with some ribbon or with a tag, but I just think, just as it is, it's a really cute little project. So I hope you've enjoyed your visit today to Elizabeth's Craft Room. Come back soon for more projects. I look forward to welcoming you soon.